get connected.
Although smartphones, the internet, personal computers, and other pieces of technology have changed our lives, one of the biggest revolutions in mass communications is still alive and kicking, but it's certainly not the same as it was back when it first filled the airwaves.
Well, we're talking about televisions, and it's likely TV has never changed as much as it has in the last few years. And we're not just talking about how big they're getting, like this 80-inch behind me. It's how you control your TV is changing too. We've looked at several universal remotes on the show before that have helped replace kind of all these remote controls in your living room, but even those now are being replaced.
Well, today even that piece of tech is moving aside for a more customizable version contained within, what else? Our smartphones and even tablets.
Your remote might soon be disappearing entirely if you have an iPad or iPhone as an option for changing the channel.
Let's kick this off with a look at a remote upgrade with the Griffin Beacon. This is an integrated Bluetooth and infrared receiver that can connect with over 200,000 devices. It uses the free Digit controller app for iOS and Android devices and lets you control your video, audio, and other entertainment devices like a Blu-ray player or even your Xbox. You can even manage what you're watching with Netflix Instant Queue. It goes even further by allowing you to share your reviews of what you're watching or listening to on your various social networks.
So how does it work? Well, you turn on your iOS or Android device and then press the top of the beacon and hold it down until you see the blue LED light flashing. When that happens, release the button. Now, to control the device, you'll need to install the Digit app. At that point, you can add devices by going to the tab in the corner and clicking the plus sign in the top right corner. Once you've connected, you're good to go. You can also edit your devices, add more or delete some, and even set up a specific button to control a specific device.
The Griffin has a lot going for it. It's simple to set up and use, it's less expensive than other alternatives, and the Digit app completes the package with a television guide, social media connectivity, and the ability to control multiple devices simultaneously. And it helps me get great pictures on my TV.
Nice. Well, that being said, there are a few things to consider here. The Griffin Beacon only works for the operating system that you've purchased it for. In this case, we have bought the iOS version, but you're going to have to buy a separate version to use with Android devices. There's also a slight delay when programming commands, so patience is a virtue when using the device. But don't be too patient because sometimes we found that it goes to sleep too quickly. And lastly, the Griffin Beacon only runs on AA batteries, not an AC adapters. I wasn't a big fan of that.
Well, let's change the channel here and take a look at this TV over here. It's the latest television from Samsung, full 55 inches. It's part of their 8000 series, full 1080p 3D HD TV with smart technology. That's a mouthful, but just look at it. It is gorgeous. It's got a thin 0.2-inch bezel here. It's just a simply stunning look. But what we were really excited about was to check out something more with this. It has motion and voice control.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get this thing out of the box and actually try it out. Now, to use the motion control feature, you need to wave at the screen. This will activate the cursor that you can control by keeping your hand open and moving it around to navigate the cursor. And when you want to select items, you simply close and open your hand quickly. To move around or undo a section, what you want to do is make a counterclockwise motion with your hand. You know, we found that when using motion control, a lot of light was required to make it work properly. And it goes without saying, using motion control for extended periods of time turned into an upper body workout. Also, the scrolling around was a bit choppy on the menu as well.
I really like the voice control. And for voice control, you need to create a trigger word, which is done in the setup menu. And once that's done, you just literally say the word. The default word that comes with the television is either a Hi TV or Smart TV, and then you say the command after that.
And one of the things I found was that it was really responsive to words. It seemed to recognize my voice quite well.
Well, that's the thing, but you do have to enunciate clearly, and that's kind of the key thing. Talking to the TV might feel a little strange at first, but turning it on with commands like Hi TV, Power On is really impressive. And of course, voice control demands clear speech to get where you're going. Even then, you can run into a few errors at times. TV, power off.
What makes the Samsung so attractive is it's incredibly easy to use. With simple controls and a solid interface, the voice control literally takes the remote out of the picture, as changing channels and surfing the net are all at the tip of your tongue. The App Store has a ton of free apps like games, educational, and online video as well.
Well, and that's kind of the cool thing for me. All those apps really take this television to a whole other level. And when you talked about apps, even games like Angry Birds, you can play Angry Birds on a big 55-inch television.
That's cool.
And it's a TV that can even look back at you because it also has a built-in camera for things like Skype video conferencing. The browser can be searched using voice control, and motion control can be used to scroll and click links. Both are steps ahead of the old remote technology, and again, the picture quality is tremendous.
I think it's worth mentioning though that if you have to use a remote, it does come with it, and it's even got a little touchpad built into it.
The old-fashioned remote.
Well, that's a quick look at how we control our TV and how it's changing, and though I think products like Kinect or the Wii and Siri are going to change the game, right now it's safe to say we're still just scratching the surface on where this technology could take us.
Well, definitely. But it really is just the beginning, and as TV continues to change and evolve, who knows where you'll be seeing us in the future.
Gotta get connected.